All you need is a clear system to follow that cuts out the guesswork. And that's exactly what I'm going to go through in this video. You are going to need to get under 15% body fat to achieve that shredded look. What's going on YouTube, it's Jason, and in this video, we're going to be discussing how you can get shredded in 50 days or less. Now, before you click off, this is not clickbait. I've done it myself numerous times, and I've also helped many people do the same thing. All you need is a clear system to follow that cuts out the guesswork. And that's exactly what I'm going to go through in this video. So whether you've got a holiday coming up or you just want to get in shape for summer, this video is for you. So without further ado, let's get into it. Point number one concerns tracking. If you want to get shredded in the least possible time, then you can't leave anything to chance. Most people's journey to get lean takes 3 or 4 times as long because they're basically winging it and guessing everything. We haven't got long to waste, so we need to dial in. In terms of tracking, there are generally 3 main areas that we need to be concerned with. Point number one under tracking is that you need to know your starting body fat, or at least what your starting waist measurement is. Because if you're a man, you are going to need to get under 15% body fat to achieve that shredded look, or for a woman, you are going to need to get under 25% body fat. By knowing where our starting point is, you can then determine how much fat you need to lose, and therefore how many calories that you need to take in. Point number two under tracking is that once you know your starting measurements, you want to update them every 5 to 7 days. That means weighing yourself and measuring your waist. One of the biggest mistakes that people make when trying to get lean is making the whole process subjective. I don't think I'm eating that much, or I think I'm losing body fat. If you think you're losing body fat, I can guarantee you are not. What you want is an objective way to measure how things are going. Am I getting leaner? Is my weight getting less? Am I eating within my calorie limit? All of these things are absolutely crucial to guarantee success. Also, that way you can quickly tell if something is going wrong or you're behind schedule, and you can adjust things to continue making progress. Point number 3 under tracking concerns nutrition. Now, this is by far the most important part of the equation. Get this wrong and everything is going to fall down. Now, there are many ways we can do this, but I'm going to try and keep this simple and easy to follow. So get your weight into pounds and times it by 10 or 12 to get your calorie limit. If you're more active, you want to be at the upper end of that scale, and if you're less active, the lower end. Or if you have a higher starting body fat, go at the lower end of that scale, and if you have a lower starting body fat, go at the higher end. Also, if you're super active, then you may want to times this number by 13. So, in terms of the rate of loss that we're aiming for with our deficit, we are looking to lose somewhere between 1 and 1.5% of our body weight per week. Now, there's a lot of information online that will try and tell you that this is too aggressive, you are guaranteed to lose muscle. But this isn't really a concern for people with a high starting body fat. The truth is, if you are above 20% body fat, which most men are, to be honest, you can afford to lose up to 1.5% of your body weight per week. And if you're above 30% body fat, then you can afford to lose 2% of your body weight per week, provided your protein is high enough and you are doing resistance training, which we'll go through in a bit. Second part concerns macros. Protein is by far the most important macronutrient when it comes to optimizing your body composition. We want to be getting somewhere between 1.6 and 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Can we get more? Yes, we can, but there's no added benefit. Can we get less? Yes, we can, but beware that with calories this restricted, there is a higher chance of you losing muscle mass. If you lose muscle mass, that is going to affect your final look. So keep it simple, stick within this range and get yourself as lean as possible.
Point number 3 is resistance training. When you're trying to get shredded, you want to make sure that you're doing weights at least 4 times per week. Ideally upper lower, or 3 full body sessions, and then 1 hit cardio session at the end of the week. You want to try and stay away from the whole bro split, chest on one day, back on another day. It doesn't really tick the box in terms of muscle frequency. So what you want to do is hit every muscle group twice and then just focus on maintaining as much muscle as possible. Yes, I said maintaining because when you're shredding and you're in an aggressive deficit, it is very, very unlikely that you are going to build any muscle. The fourth point concerns steps. Steps are a non-negotiable if you're looking to get lean. So strategy-wise, we're going to start on 8,000 steps for the first 3 weeks. Week 4 and 5, you're going to bump that up to 10,000 steps. And then for the final 2 weeks, week 6 and 7, you're going to go somewhere between 12 and 15,000 steps per day. If you're nailing this on a consistent basis, cardio, to be honest, is optional. I tell people all the time, you don't need to do cardio like your stepper or running, whatever it is, in order to get lean. As long as your steps are on point, your nutrition is dialed in, and you are doing resistance training, you should be able to get shredded by the end of the 50 days.
And point number 5 concerns sleep. Most people when trying to get lean go gung-ho on training and nutrition, but both of those things sit on the foundation of rest and recovery. Sleep regulates your hunger, so if you're not sleeping properly, you are going to feel way more hungry than you should. Sleep also provides you with energy to train and helps maintain your muscle mass. So if you're not sleeping, you're going to struggle to get the motivation to train, which is going to screw up your attempt to get lean. Make sure you're getting at least 8 hours of quality sleep per night. 2 tips that's going to help you do this. Number 1, try and go to bed at the same time each day. And number 2, try and avoid all blue light before bed. Phones, TVs, laptops. This is going to disrupt your sleep and make it harder for you to get quality rest. Other considerations which don't really get discussed but will affect you at some point during the shred. Number 1 is social occasions. Now, I'm not going to say don't eat out at all, but you want to minimize this wherever possible for a few reasons. Number 1, you've only got 7 odd weeks. It's not long. Make the sacrifices, they will pay off in the end. Number 2, you can't trust calories on menus. When a chef makes, for example, scrambled eggs, they're not thinking about your shred or your calorie limit. They're going to put in as much cream or butter as they need to achieve the taste and texture intended. So be careful. When you eat out, you're much more likely to overeat and blow your calorie limit. So yeah, go out where you need to, but try and minimize it wherever possible. And on that point, consideration number 2 is cheat days. Cheat days are an absolute no-no when you are trying to get as lean as possible. These out of control Dwayne Johnson 6,000 calorie cheat days where you have like 15 pancakes for breakfast, when you're trying to get shredded, will definitely knock you off course and probably send you on a downward spiral of binging, which will definitely ruin your shred. So yeah, avoid cheat days altogether. We haven't got a lot of time. Think more in terms of cheat meals, maybe once or twice per week, or if you can go a step further, avoid the phrase cheat meals altogether. Focus on consuming whole foods from the ground, minimally processed 80% of the time, and that leaves 20% of your food choices to be somewhat processed. But make sure you stay within your calories. Consideration number 3 is prepare to be hungry, especially in the last 2 weeks of the shred. Hunger catches a lot of people out. They kind of know they're going to be hungry, but they don't mentally prepare for it. And so when it comes on and it's really intense, this catches a lot of people out and they end up binging, which will ruin the shred. Mentally prepare for it, especially the last 2 weeks, as I said, and as long as you follow the steps in this video, you should be able to get over the line. And the final consideration is to avoid late nights. Now, I'm not your dad, I know people are busy, but in my experience as both a coach and on my own journey, I would say this is massively counterproductive. Late at night, you're pretty much brain dead and tired and winding down. Your judgment's going to be off. Number 2, you are also resisting temptation all day while in a huge deficit. It's not going to end well if you keep playing with fire. So yeah, try and get an early night, and if you can, let's go a step further, brush your teeth immediately after dinner. Now this might sound extreme. I've done 2 bodybuilding competitions. I found this helped me massively. So yeah guys, hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Don't forget to like it if you did. If you'd like more details about coaching and you want to get in the shape of your life this year, click the link in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to follow me on this journey, and I'll see you again soon.